Well, welcome back to Hansberry Honeybees. I'm at my Shelbyville yard and I have a bee meeting tonight, so I thought I'll just come over here and do a little OA. I'll come over here and put the introducers on, make sure they're all buttoned up. I brought my good truck here. I got here and realized I forgot my vaporizer, which was, when you have two vehicles. And then I realized I also forgot my smoker. So this might get interesting fast. So if they're decent, we'll see what we can do. If not, you won't probably see this. Well, I came over here really is a lot of these hives were super heavy. Let's see here. The 3rd October, yeah, 10/3 I should say. So it says I took 2 frames out on a lot of these. So I was really just trying to see if they put anything in them. Because right here we have a lot of farmers over here. And I thought maybe there was a late producing nectar. So it doesn't look like they did anything on this frame. They're probably not going to be happy with me. This was already drawn out. I just put this in here to see if they would do anything, and there's nothing in there. Oh, it looks like they're going to be really happy. So what I'll probably do is put the empties on the outside and really tick them off and scoot them to the inside. This was also empty. There's absolutely nothing in there. Not sure if that will focus in there, but a couple hive beetles, but only have one hand. Don't see anything, so I'm going to take this out, set it down here. They're really happy to see me. So looks like after I pulled these, they didn't do diddly. So you can see these are all full. So there's still 7 frames of honey here. Oh crap. Ow, that one got me. So right now at least I have 7 frames of food up top. Just going to use this frame as a little wedge so I can right over again. They're just cleaning this frame out, the one I'm putting back in. Normally I would just do all 4 of these at a time, but since no smoker, snap, crackle, pop, I'll do all these. Okay. The worst part about it is it probably tells me the other ones is the same way. But I seriously doubt I'm going to get into all these hives and do that with no smoker. That second one over here, that's the one that was drawn wax the other day. I would really like to get into it and see. But they're pretty crabby. So let's see how crabby those grandmas are at the bottom. Doesn't look too bad. This can get ugly in a hurry. Oh yeah, that's gonna be nice. Don't do what I do. Probably 55 degrees, 5 o'clock, no smoke. I'm gonna try to get to one of these frames right here. Seriously doubt there's brood there because I would think it'd be warmer. Got my dang Fisher Price hive tool that bends. Dang China metal. Snap. All right, we'll see what we can do. It feels pretty light. Just honey here, not much. I think I put that in there to see if they would draw it out. So we'll definitely move this. Man, it's only a matter of time until they come at me like a 13-year-old girl that's moody. That's what I meant, moody. That's heavy. Looks like just food here. There is some brood there yet. I don't see the queen. You might laugh at me for saying this, but I'm pretty sure I smell brood. Got it. Definitely try to move slow if you have to do this. There you go. Yeah. Somebody's gonna say I'm full of, well, you know what. And I'm gonna try to make this quick, but with one hand. There's that. Again, I don't recommend doing this. I just am. Should I do one more? Yeah, we'll do one more. Okay, that side's full of honey. There's a little brood there. Let's see, hold on, hold that thought. Yeah, there's just a baseball size full of brood, and that's about it. So, put this back in. And yes, there is, this is, I guess I better put it back in the way it goes. I don't want to disturb the cluster much. You know, they drew that frame out fatter because this was a blank. There you go. Okay, so I'm gonna pause this and I'll come back. Okay, I'm back. I buttoned that one back up. I took the insulation box off. I opened this one up and this is in a deep, it's got a crack, and then 2 medium. So I'm just gonna see how good they are. I'm gonna try to take this off with one hand, inspect this, and we'll see how grouchy they are. Yeah, it doesn't sound too happy to me. Let's see here. Ouch. She's stinging me right there on the hand. Ow, you son of a gun, right there by the, for whatever reason, I guess they see the glare on my ring and they sting me on that ring. So let me take that splinter out. This might not be good. So you're gonna help me pick the box up. That's a full box of honey. Look at this. Whew. That's a lot of bees. That says junk. I don't really remember. See here. I just kind of do this to see if there's any old grouchy grandmas right here that's going to tag me first thing. If I remember correctly, this is all honey as well. Yeah, I'm moving slow. My wife says I enjoy getting stung. Not really the case. But I do believe there are some major health benefits on apitherapy. Okay, I can tell they're getting a little riled up, so I'm just going to try this anyway. Nectar. And this yard does have its fair share of beetles. And this was a new frame I did put in when that flow was going on. I didn't really feed these hives very much, but I just wasn't confident about trying to pull supers when I couldn't tell the customer 100% they didn't move anything. So they did put that in after I left. So the other side just nectar as well. Yep. The rest of the frames are full of honey. Let me check this one here since I cracked it. There's just a little patch of brood there. Focus. Nothing on the back side. You'll just have to take my word for it. Man, this is a big box of bees for what did I say, October 22nd? Too big, if there is such a thing. Okay, tighten these frames up. Should I go down to the bottom box? I don't know. All right, we'll do it. What's the worst thing that happened? Sting me? All right, you're gonna have to help me take the box off. This box I'm gonna call medium. It ain't packed full. There's probably, I'd say, a minimum of 25 frames of bees. Now this is the grouchy ones, and I've already got one trying to sting me. I can kind of tell they're a little testy already. My guess is when I crack these frames, they're gonna come up and greet me. So normally I wouldn't take the M1 out, but I'm going to give myself a little more room. This frame is empty. You also forgot my stand, so you know. Well, I have a stand, but it's for my camera. But I don't have my camera. See, I think there's brood in this one just because you didn't hear that crack. And I think they're keeping this brood warmer. Get off me. Get off me. And here comes the wind. Trying to steam my hive tool. Oops. You know, it's hard to pay attention where you put your phone or your hive tool and your phone all at the same time. Now, I'll tell you, I can feel heat in there. So my guess there's either larva, or larvae on one of these frames. All right, I don't see anything in there. I'm gonna try to do this faster. Nothing there, so my guess is on the next frame. Any guessers? Any takers? Yeah, they're getting a little ticked. There we go. Let me see if there's any eggs in there. I don't see any eggs. Yes, I know. Not bad. I'm gonna need this in here. Bear with me. Okay, I'm guessing I can feel heat here too. So I'm guessing there's another one from here. Well, they've been really good. Pow! And then yeah, they'll light me up like 4th of July. I don't have my flashlight. I don't see anything. You know what? Hold that thought. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Have to hold this flashlight. Let's see here. I do not see any eggs in there. I see a drone right here. I'm gonna do this one just for giggles. Okay, there is some larvae and eggs down in here. You probably can't see them, but there is. Another drone there. Okay, so I'm gonna shut the flashlight off. Let me pause this, put it back together, and I'll be back. All right, got a little put back together. I gotta remember my drill. Why is that not focusing there? There's a couple that's gonna have to find their way in. I really wanted to get in this other one, but man, they're testy. I mean, grouchy is an understatement. This colony was really big, but they were pretty laid back, so let's see what they do. Let me take the lid off. Now, I did feed them. I tell you what I found with these baggies. I've been leaving them in because when you do have high beetles, the bees will police them underneath the baggies. And then, like right here, see? They're policed, so the beetles can't get away very fast, so you can just smash them cluckers. Some of them might have 20 beetles under them. You just smash them and then you can take it back off. And then put them back in. So, this looks like a full box of honey. Oh yeah, they're going to be nice and happy. That looks like a full box of honey. It's really hard to move a 35-pound box with a phone in my hand, so I'll be back again. All right, I'm back, probably for the final time. Full box of honey. Second box, full box of bees. I'm not sure how much I'm going to get into these because, yeah, they're not happy. And I don't blame them. So, I did show that I put a couple foundations in. I don't really remember the placement. So, man, snack, crackle, pop. This is gonna get ugly. I'm gonna give myself a little room. Another frame of honey. Come on. This looks like mostly honey. But we'll see. Can't tell, but it pried loose pretty easy. Got one trying to sting my veil. I don't know. These, I think there's some from a brood up on here, just because the frames, they pulled loose pretty easy. And I could be wrong. Could just be the, I think I got my veils zipped up. Okay, that's just nectar. Nectar. Honey. Yeah, so this was not drawn out. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was not drawn out, and they drew this out.